Alright everyone, welcome to Magpie Movies with me, your host as always, Geordie Paul. Today we're doing the Q&As and also I'm premiering my new opening credits. So let's do this. Alright, we're back. So thanks to all those people who sent in the Q&As, very much appreciated. Without you this video wouldn't be possible. So I've got the trusted iPad, so I'll go through the first question, which comes from Film Flick. What is the best 4K you have seen in terms of sound and picture? And then keep up the great work. So thanks for that, Josh, appreciate it. So best 4K in terms of sound and picture. So Gemini Man, I have to say, the 60 frames per second on this is outstanding. The film isn't the best, but that's quality. Sicario, another great 4K transfer. The Shining, which is full screen, and the 4K upgrade in this is outstanding. This is highly recommended. And the first, or one of the first 4Ks I bought, which is Blade Runner 2049. Love the film. And I just love this. It's a great movie. So yeah, so far, those are the four that I'd say if you want to get a 4K player to show it off, do that. Other than that, any kind of nature one, to be honest with you, Josh, like Planet Earth 2, Blue Planet 2, Dynasties, the new one, Perfect Planet 4K, all the BBC David Attenborough ones which are in 4K. If you're looking to get a 4K screen program or film to show off it, these would be a good start, or a nature program. So I hope that answered your question. So thanks for asking though, Josh. Jason Brett. He says, what inspired you to start your channel? Did it have different iterations before you found your current format? I asked because the channel he did, he went to 3 or 4 different niches before he found the one he loved. The love of talking, and before I found the love of talking about films and stuck to that. So for me personally, Magpie Movies with Geordie Paul is the 4th name change for the channel. It's always been around talking movies. It's always been around TV programs. I think at the time, Jason, you were mentioning this to me about, because I changed the name from Geordie Paul to Magpie Movies, and you said sometimes it's quite good because it refreshes the channel a bit. I did start off with what was it? Rolfie's Real Ramblings, I think it was. And then it changed to Rolfie Review. No, it was Rolfie Reviews, and then Rolfie Real Ramblings, and then it was just Geordie Paul. And I thought I'd brand it up a bit. I'll add Magpie Movies, purely down the fact of I like movies and I like Newcastle United, and obviously movies are film, and Magpies as the mascot of Newcastle United. So yeah, has it seen an increase in it? I don't know, to be honest with you. A name change hasn't really. I think it's more me putting myself out there more, getting involved more with live streaming nowadays, getting in contact with the YouTubers who've got high subscribers, getting involved with them, put my comments on their pages. They then see your videos, and then they then do shout outs to you. So yeah, so there you go. This is my 4th name change, but it's always been around movies and TV series even. Thanks for asking, Jason. So the next question we have is from Chris Dyer. So his 2-part question is your thoughts on the failed Saudi takeover and Mike Ashley ownership situation. Mike Ashley's been at Newcastle United 1 year too long, which is as in the first year. He should have left after that. Mike Ashley is a hated figure on Tyneside. He is purely wanting the team to survive in the Premiership, and we've had 2 relegations since he took over, and before he came in, we're challenging for the Champions League, Europa League, and since he came in, 2 relegations. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Mike Ashley. I would never change allegiance to my hometown club, but yeah, with regard to the Saudi takeover, I don't know what to make of it. There is a bit of conspiracy theory with regards to the Premier League not wanting it because of their rights with another broadcasting company over in the Saudi area. But hopefully it'll get pushed through. I know Mike Ashley at the current state and play has got his lawyers on it, wanting to get the the buying out of the club sorted. The fans wanted, he wants it. We just need the Premier League to sanction it and get that sorted. So fingers crossed that goes ahead. And then we'll be the richest club in the world. But it's Newcastle United. It won't happen easily. So I'm not counting my chickens on that one. And another one here, you put, do you want any steelbooks in your current collection? Yeah, I do. I'm not the kind of person who goes out to buy steelbooks. Unless I like the art on it, but I wouldn't go, oh, if there's an option of this steelbook over the normal Amaray case, then I just get Amaray case if it's cheaper, unless it's a film that I really like. I mean, we've got like all my Jurassic Parks, which are up here in 4K, because I love that franchise, so I've got all of those in there. Back to the Future steelbooks I got on there. What else have I got? Cabin in the Woods. I've got quite a few steelbooks. I've got one, Django Unchained, with normal Blu-ray. I've got Alien Covenant in steelbook. Again, that's because I like the movie. So that was the first 4K I bought, was that one. And the reason I bought that, I didn't even have 4K at the time, is because the steelbook was only available for the 4K and Blu-ray. So I bought that. I've got my Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit as well. So yeah, those are my steelbooks. But yeah, I'm not an avid collector. I've got them there, and if they're cheap, I'll get them. But I've got no preference for one or the other. But thanks for the question, though, Chris. Okay, next question is from Alex. Hi, Paul. Hi, Alex. In your opinion, what are some of the overrated and underrated films? Now, I did this with Archie, but I'll go through it again. Some of the overrated movies, which in my opinion, 8 Mile, Lighthouse, The Witch, Good Will Hunting, the Jumanji series, especially the 2 newest ones, the Twilight Saga, and Hunger Games. Hunger Games to me, like I said on Archie's video, is just a complete rip-off of Battle Royale. So those are underrated. Alien 3 Director's Cut, Event Horizon, that's off the top of my head. Gamer with Gerard Butler. There's another one, took my tongue, what's it called? Pandorum. It Follows. There's quite a few. Off the top of my head, those are the ones that spring to mind. And you also ask, what is your favourite film in your collection packaging wise? And that's that Dawn of the Dead, the 4K second sight one, which comes with the 3 cuts of the film all in 4K, Blu-ray, the special features, the soundtrack, all the soundtracks on 3 different or 4 different discs, a hardback book and a paperback book of novelization. So that is probably my favourite Blu-ray 4K collection that I've got at the moment for its packaging. So thanks for the questions, Alex. Okay, so on to the next one. It's from Jake. Hi, Jake. Hey, Paul, my question for you is, if you had the choice to choose the director for your favourite movie franchise and TV show, who would it be and why? I'd love to see Quentin Tarantino direct the Resident Evil franchise. I think that would be really good. I mean, he would put more dialogue into it, I believe, and I think obviously would be a lot more gore than there already is. So that would be quite good. And with regards to TV show, I'd love to see what Christopher Nolan would do with Game of Thrones. I think could he make the last series any better? I think he probably could. So yeah, those are 2 things. So Tarantino for the Reservoir Dog films, and Christopher Nolan's insight and direction for Game of Thrones. Thanks for the question there, Jake. Cheers. Right, next question is from Movie Database. Hello. Who's your favourite director? Favourite director? Ooh, probably going to be Christopher Nolan. Although I do like Taika Waititi films. I do like Kevin Nolan. That's Newcastle player. Christopher Nolan's movies. And Jordan Peele's. But I'd probably say favourite director would probably be M. Night Shyamalan at the moment. I love all of the movies he's got, apart from a couple, like After Earth and the Avatar series that he did. But I mean, classics such as Signs, which I love, The Village, which I love, Unbreakable, all those. So I'd probably say there's more hits than misses for me, which would be M. Night Shyamalan. How many DVD, Blu-ray, 4K films do I own? I have honestly, hand on heart, never counted them. I think because I sell a lot to buy more, and then when I buy more, then I sell others to buy some others. So I've never kept probably 300. I've got at least 400 or 500 on digital. I would probably say, yeah, probably about 500 physical and 500 digital, around about that figure. I'm not a big whole cabinets and such like of physical media. It's just what I have, and if I want something else, I'll sell it to buy it. So yeah, so I don't keep I keep an eye on how many number wise I've got in my collection. Do you enjoy different versions of films, for example, director's cut, definitive editions, and extended? Yeah, I do. Like this one here, Dawn of the Dead's got 3 different versions of it. Like I said, when Alex asked the question about that, I prefer the extended version of Batman vs Superman over the original. I prefer the extended editions of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit to the original. The director's cut of Aliens and Alien 3 is better than the original. Yeah, I'm happy to watch it. Same with Midsommar. The director's cut is much better than the theatrical cut for that. So I enjoy them all. If I watch something and then I'll rewatch it again, I'll make sure that I watch it like a theatrical cut or a director's cut, so I know what to expect on there. So yeah, so there was the question: do I enjoy them? Yeah, I do. Yeah, it all depends on the movie and what I see is to being the definitive edition of that, be it the director's cut, the theatrical cut, this cut, that cut. It all depends on your personal choice. But I don't mind watching each one of them and see how they like, what they like, should I say. So thanks for the question there, Movie Database. Okay, next one. Into the Blue question. Best run of 3 movies by a current working director. Okay. So 3 movies that were released by that director one after another. I think it would be more interesting to miss out the big hitters such as Tarantino, Spielberg, Scorsese's. Can I do a best run of 2? And I'll have Jordan Peele for Get Out and Us. And I'm really looking forward to his next one. I think, or maybe going back to previous call, M. Night Shyamalan. With regards to Sixth Sense, Signs, and Unbreakable. There's a good trilogy, obviously like from the same director. So yeah, so there you go. M. Night Shyamalan or Jordan Peele. Obviously Jordan Peele's only 2, so we'll see what he comes up with next. But yeah, thanks for the question. Into the Blue, thanks again. And another question from John at Mondo Chelloveck. All right, John. He's got a question for you. What age were you when you seriously started collecting movies or buying them for yourself? I don't really know, John. When you sent me this question, I was actually mulling this one over and thinking, how old was I? I think I was more into collecting music at the time, probably 95, 96, probably into Oasis. So every single Oasis album that came out, every single B-side, every single album, everything, discography of Oasis I got. And then I started wanting to get all the Beatles as well. So I got all theirs. And I think it was really when Blu-ray came out, because I had DVDs before. Although I do remember I used to go to Woolworths every payday and get the new Most Haunted box set. That was one of my, when I have the complete set of those. And 24, I think actually, if 24 was probably what started it all, because I wanted to have all the collection of all the 24. So we're probably looking around about 2005 or 6. We're probably looking at, John. That was when I seriously started doing it. And then once Blu-ray came about and I had the ability to have Blu-ray for the PlayStation 3, that took off again. So everything I was trying not to kind of upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray. And again, as I'm doing now, upgrading from Blu-ray to 4K. So yeah, so I'd say, what age was I? How old have I been in 2005, 6? So what's that? Must have been about 27, 28, around about that time. So yeah, 27, 28, I think was a seriously start collecting them, especially when you're able to finance them yourself and not have to wait for gifts because you're earning money and such. So yeah, thanks for the question, John. And another question from Karl, Colin09. Yep, give it a go, Karl. I'll ask you a question. My question to you: do you ever get to see the Magpies play? Well, obviously not at the minute because of COVID and the lockdown. Before that, I used to have a season ticket up until 2015, I think I had it for about 10 years. First match was back in 95. But yeah, I used to go travel to and from. Well, obviously, when I lived at home in the northeast in Whitley Bay, I used to go to the matches all the time. And then again, obviously, I had my season ticket. But coming down and living in Darlington, there's an hour drive there and back. An hour there and obviously an hour back. and then obviously my first daughter was born. When I had the weekends away from work, I was going up to the matches, leaving at like 11:30, 12, getting back at about 6, 7, and it just wasn't. It didn't allow me to see my daughter enough, so I gave my season ticket up, which was the season before Steve McLaren took over, I think. Yeah, and obviously I haven't been to the ground since. Not for wanting to try. It's just money and everything. Kids staying here. So yeah. So how is it? Do you ever get to see them play? Not for a while. Moving down to Darlington, being an hour away, is I gave it up to spend time with the family. So there you go. Your favourite ever movie would be Gladiator or Ghostbusters 1. They swap and change and swap all the time. I'm a big historic buff, and I love all Roman stuff, which is why I like Gladiator. So I enjoy that one a lot. And Ghostbusters was one of the first movies my dad took me to see at the cinema, so I enjoy that one. But Ghostbusters has always been thereabouts. I mean, number one. And I have a love for the paranormal. I watch Ghost Adventures on Discovery Channel. And your worst movie. There's been a lot of bad movies. I don't know. I don't like The Lighthouse, but I wouldn't say it's the worst movie. It's just not my taste. Spice World, the movie I went to see, that was pretty abominable. It was awful. I think there used to be times when me and my friends used to go to Blockbuster in the early days and used to like rent 2 movies, one we want to see and one we just get just for the sake of it. So we've seen quite a few bad movies. The thing is now, because you get that stage now where you can watch them physically, so you buy them physically and you can have them digitally. I think if I watch a film now, I just forget about it, and so the worst. I'm still trying to think the worst movie I've ever seen. Probably The Fanatic, or Tom Green's Freddy Got Fingered, or something like that. So yeah, there you go. Like I say, these are all off the cuff, so I don't exactly know. I'm not trying to think about it. But thanks for the question, Karl. I'll probably fire that back at you, so you better have a think about that yourself, my friend. Right, next question from Lucas, the filmmaker. Hi, Paul. Hi, Lucas. Here's some questions. The most expensive Blu-ray or 4K you own in your collection? Do you own any criterions? If so, what are they? And a director's filmography that you've all the films they've made. Okay, so probably the most expensive ones I have are this one and that one. Those are, I said, the most expensive Blu-rays. Those are the ones that are the most expensive that I wish I hadn't, but I did, but I'm glad I did. So those are my Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, the Middle-earth trilogy in 4K. And with regards to the criterions, I own 4. So yeah, not many. So we have Come and See, The Irishman, Night of the Living Dead, and the Before trilogy. Now, I haven't watched any of these. Obviously, I own them, but I haven't watched any of them. And I haven't finished watching Come and See yet. But other than that, those are the ones I own there. And with regards to a director's filmography, of all the films that they've made, is probably either M. Night Shyamalan or Christopher Nolan, I think. Yeah, those two. On Jordan Peele as well. I like Jordan Peele's. So the 3 directors which have come out and I own all their movies are probably like Christopher Nolan, M. Night Shyamalan, and Jordan Peele. So there you go. That's your questions answered. Thanks for asking, Lucas, and I'll speak to you soon. Here's another question I've got of Instagram. Most collectors start out collecting something when they are children. Did you collect something as a wee lad? Is there anything else you collect now as an adult? As a young lad, no, I didn't really collect anything. Got to a stage, so I think in around about 93, 94, when I probably got into my football, and I used to buy the home away and third kits for Newcastle, and then as I got older, I followed. I have a preference for Celtic up in Scotland, so I had some of their home kits, and then just fancied a Barca shirt or a Real shirt or a Juve shirt or a Porto shirt or a Sporting Lisbon shirt. And I used to have, before I moved here, I had a lot, and I mean a lot of football shirts, predominantly Newcastle ones. But then I just sold them all because I thought I'm never going to wear them. You get good money for them depending on the condition that they're in. So other than that, I don't really collect anything at all. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't say I collect movies. I just think I like them. So if I like to watch movies, I buy them. I wouldn't say I've got a collection. Obviously, I have. But then you got a collection of clothes in your wardrobe, you know. I do like to get my movie posters though and interchange them. But yeah, I think the only thing I really collected is, like I said earlier in John's questions, or maybe was it John's question? Yeah, it was Oasis discography, and now Noel Gallagher and Liam Gallagher's discography is the only things I buy to collect, really. Like I said, football shirts have all but gone. I've got a few Newcastle United ones. That's about it. But yeah, thanks for the question. Right, I believe that is all the questions done. 10 or 11 or so there. So I hope you enjoyed that insight into myself and my personal preferences. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, which is here. But other than that, I hope you liked the format I've done. I hope you liked my new intro, which took me flipping ages to do. But yeah, other than that, I'll be back on tonight at 8:30 with Movie Bug or James. Pete's not going to be available, so Rob from Robafett's Bounty is going to be my guest co-host. Feel a bit like with Ant and Deck, where Deck was on his own when I went into rehab. But yeah, so again, thanks very much for watching. Thanks for subbing, and I'll see you on my next video. Geordie Paul, done.